screen. Today we are having the Duchesse chocolate cherry. I don't know why I highlighted it when I took that photo, but the Duchesse chocolate cherry from Brouwerij. It's Belgish. The language they speak in Belgium, Eric, of course. Belgish. Belgian? Like the waffle? Yes, probably. I'm gonna plug this into Google and see how to pronounce it. Pronunciation. How to say it in French? No. How to say it in English? Brewery Verhage. Verhage. I don't know if I trust AI overview for this. Can I put it into Google Translate? And do Dutch?
Brouwerij Verhage.
I'm sorry, can you run that past me again?
Brouwerij Verhage. Brouwerij Verhage.
Brouwerij Verhage. Verhage. That's fun.
Brouwerij Verhage. Brouwerij Verhage.
Sure. I'll let Google handle that for me. But it is the Duchesse chocolate cherry. Now, I did say I've had one of these beers before. The one that I had was during Christmas. It was called Duchesse Red. And it was a really nice cherry sour beer. I remember it was really thick. It reminded me of like a thick wine. And that's the one that I've had before. The one that we're having today, I think it's a variant of that. It's also a red sour. It's also cherry flavored. But it's also chocolate. It comes in a small little bottle, an 11-ounce bottle. And I guess normal beers are 12-ounce bottles. So it's a little different. And yeah, I'm excited to try it. Is it warm enough yet? I'm sure it'll be good. We'll pour it and we'll have it. But let's pour it and then we'll read about it. How about that? I'm just getting so excited. I'm just flopping around. Why is my camera not on? Because the port changes every time. There we go. All right. Haven't had a bottle in a while. And a shame that I bent the bottle cap. But oh well. What did my mom just send me? Belgium has 3 official languages: French, Dutch, and German. There you go. So it's not Belgish. I was wrong. Yeah, it does. It smells like cherries. Kind of smells like chocolate. It does just mostly smell like cherries. I got a snifter glass for today. I feel like it's only right to try and match the beer to the glass for this. It means our light probably won't work that well, but oh, is this even all gonna fit in here? Probably not. Oh, it might. Ooh, perfect. Perfect. Not a lot of head. That's fine. It's very fizzy though. I can see it like bubbling over the top like a champagne or a soda. Snifter? I hardly know her. This is a snifter, Eric. Now this beer is actually pretty red. Last week's we said it was like pinkish or so, and I said absolutely. Oh, it's fuchsia. I said absolutely not. It is not fuchsia. This one is just red. It probably does not come across on camera, and I'll try and get a light on it. But it's a nice red. It smells like cherries. It also smells sour. The one we had last week was very sour. This one I don't think will be as crazy. least I hope not. Last week's was a little too sour for me. Is the light gonna do anything? No. My light just kind of lights up the stem of the glass. There, you can see the color pretty well, though. Let me just get it in focus. Tilt this down. Why is this so tight? There we go. Nope. Come on. Focus on the right thing here. It doesn't know what to focus on. Here, I'll try and turn the label. Maybe it can focus on the label on the front of the... There we go. Sweet. Let's get a photo of this. So, Duchesse Chocolate Cherry. Now my phone isn't focusing. Duchesse Chocolate Cherry. Traditional Duchesse de... Oh, God. It's making me do all these French words that I don't know. Duchesse de Bourgogne. 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 Let's say. Bourgogne. I might actually pass that into translate here quick, too.
Bourgogne.
Bourgogne. It's French for Burgundy.
Bourgogne. Bourgogne.
It sounds like it's saying boogerny. Bourgogne. Good. Duchesse de Bourgogne, with Belgian cherries and chocolate essence added during the maturation process in oak casks or fetters. 20 kilograms of whole Belgian cherries are used in the production of each 100 liters of chocolate Duchesse cherry. No time like the present. Let's try it out, shall we? Cheers to 600 beers, everybody. It's by the way, it's 6.8%. Has an average rating of 3.8 out of 29,000 reviews. 35,000 check-ins. Cheers to 600 beers. Yeah, I took French like 12 years ago. And I don't think I learned the color burgundy. So this is actually a lot more sour than I thought it would be. It's not as sour as last week's. Like, it's not closing the back of my throat because it's so sour. It's actually kind of got a perfect balance of cherry sour beer. I think Buddy would really like this. There's a local brewery that makes a cherry sour, and I remember him saying it was really sour, and it wasn't that. He loves cherry sours, but not that one. And I think this might be like the perfect kind for him. Also, look at that really nice frothy head on it, if it'll focus. Okay, well, it's not really focusing. I don't get much chocolate, really. Unless I'm missing something. It does have a really weird aftertaste. Weird, and I don't know if I would call it chocolate. I'm not just saying this because they're talking about the oak casks that it sits in. It kind of tastes woody. Unless it might just be a very mild chocolate also. Like, I'm imagining a really warm, mild chocolate flavor could also trick your mind into thinking it's woody, or yeah, a little bit of wood. Kind of weird to say that, but I think that's where my mind is going. It doesn't have that much chocolate to it. And really, I'm trying to remember what the last one tasted like. Because This one's actually like more sour, I think, than the last one. Now, it's been a while since I've had the last one, and I don't want to compare it to that because it is a different beer. I remember the last one being really smooth, being very silky, and it had a really good texture to it, I remember. Like, I distinctly remember it was just one of those, like, it was kind of syrupy. It coated your mouth a little bit, but in a good way. Like, it was actually really enjoyable that it did that. Which normally, I mean, if you know me and you've watched the show, you know that I don't like that. I don't like it when the beers, like, are syrupy and they stick around too long. But that was just, like, the perfect over-encompassing flavor where it wasn't a problem. This one's definitely more sour up front. But I kind of... okay. I can kind of get the chocolate at the end. It's really, really faint. Yeah. And I don't know if I'm actually tasting like this woody, warm kind of flavor or if that's part of the chocolate. Also, the sour does linger quite a while, so it's hard to pinpoint the chocolate because you can still... I think it's the exact same kind of mouthfeel as the last one where it was like it lingers quite a bit and it's a really pleasant cherry. I don't mind it, but it's covering up the other flavors with that. Like, it's hard for me to actually know what I'm tasting because of that. I just don't know. You know, I'm not in love with it. It is a good cherry sour. I'll give it that. It is a very pleasant sour. It's not too sour, it's not too tart. It's the right amount. It's mixed well with that cherry. It's actually like a sweet cherry flavor. Um I think I like it more than... well, okay, here's the thing. There's two trains of thoughts here. I think I like it more than I expected to because I don't really like chocolate covered cherries in general. I don't like that flavor. I don't like those little candies, chocolate covered cherries. I don't like them. As a flavor, I don't mind it. Like, that's why I still bought this, cuz it's like I still thought, okay, I might still like this. That's the first train of thought. That I didn't expect to like it because it's not a typical flavor or like food that I normally go for. However, I did buy it because I was so impressed with the other beer from this brewery, and I knew that this beer was highly regarded, where I was like, you know what? I bet this one is really good. So I went into it with high expectations, and I went into it with low expectations based on like the flavor of the beer. All that together combined, I'm not sure because it's like you have high expectations, low expectations. Are you just whelmed in the middle instead of being overwhelmed and underwhelmed? And I'm trying to think, like, what am I more surprised by? Am I more surprised that I like how it tastes, or am I more surprised that it's not as good as I thought it would be? I don't want to say it's like a meet your heroes moment, but there definitely is something to be said about like going into something knowing like the bar is pretty high based on other beers you've had from them. Here's where my mind's at. I think I'm more pleasantly surprised that I enjoy it based off of the flavor. Knowing that chocolate cherry, I mean, in a beer, it's fine. as itself, as a flavor, I'm not a big fan of. I think I'm more impressed that I like it from that than I am disappointed by the fact that it's not as good as I might have thought it would be. I think I shouldn't. You can't go in with expectations because every beer is going to be different. But I did, and that's the problem. I hyped myself up for it, but I don't think that's going to be that much of a detriment. I don't want this to be that. I don't want it to be that big of a deal, you know? Like, fine. It's not as good as the other one I had. So what? I can still enjoy it. I can still like it. I actually think that other one I had, I rated it pretty high. I gave it a 4.75. I enjoyed that other one quite a bit. So I don't know, it's hard to follow. It's definitely a hard act to follow. I'm not heartbroken that it didn't meet that expectation. And frankly, I'm going to throw that thought out the window of me going into it with like some arbitrary expectations. No, let's lose that. That's not real. It's not real in my mind. Let's just focus on the beer itself. I think it is a great amount of sour. I love the very tiny little bubbles on the top. And they're just coating the sides of the glass. And like you can see it when I like tip the glass, it just coats the side. Like that's satisfying. I like that a lot. It's got good legs, is what we would say. It's got good legs. And that's not really what they say when it comes to wine, but it is for beer in my mind, I guess. It has a really nice sour. The chocolate flavor I feel like I could use more of. And if not, yeah, I think I just want a stronger chocolate flavor. Because I feel like it's starting to peak in there. It's like wanting to make itself known, but it's not painfully obvious. And maybe that's the intention. Maybe they don't want it to be super strong. But I think it is kind of getting covered up a lot by the tart cherry flavor kind of masking things. I mean, it lingers quite a bit. I'll take a sip and I feel like I'm still drinking the sour for a while. Yeah, I think I'm a little lost on the chocolate there. But it is really tasty. All that aside, if I didn't know that there was supposed to be chocolate in it, I don't think I would know. Technically, Eric, this is the kind of glass you're supposed to have this beer with. Maybe a little bit larger of a snifter. I think part of that is you're not supposed to warm it up with your hands, but this beer did call to be a little warmer than normal. But it's also a smaller serving size. Snifters are normally for like a 10-ounce pour instead of a pint, which is 16. Now, I fit 11 ounces of beer in this. So, but yeah, it's tailored to the beer style, and I thought, you know, it might not look as good on the light, but it'll look better for the beer itself. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's good. I feel like sometimes cherry sours can have like a medicinal quality to them, which just is not good. It's not at all what I feel like you want in that moment. Just no. And there's always that little bit of fear with these of like, oh, is it going to just taste like cough medicine? I think this is like a shining example of what a cherry sour should be. It's not as silky smooth as the other cherry sour. I think it's just called Duchesse Cherry that I've had. And I'm kind of surprised by that, and I'm very curious as to why that is. It was called Duchesse Red, but that was also a sour. I'm curious how that works. Of like, it seems like they added chocolate to this, and somehow that made things less silky and more sour, which is like the opposite of what it like your mind would tell you it would be. But that's fine. Again, I'm not like opposed to this at all. And I enjoy it quite a bit. And I'm gonna start writing my review. Duchesse chocolate cherry. They also just have a Duchesse cherry. Oh, one of my friends has had this. Oh, Shags has had this. Shags hasn't been on the stream in a long while, but he's had this. I think he's from Germany, so it does make a little bit of sense that he'd be able to get this. And Buddy's dad had this as well. He gave it a 4.2. But yeah, let's get this checked in. Okay. So, what do I want to say about this? Trying to think of how to word everything I just talked about in the last half hour. How to summarize that. You should buy. That's the whole review. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just writing about the chocolate right now. I'm trying to summarize that thought. Oh, I'm out of characters. All right. Let's figure out tasting notes.
Here we go.
Oh boy.
Ender Dragon? More like End Up Dragon D's nuts.
Haha. Nice, Chromanos. Thank you for the Prime Gaming resub of 42 months. Thank you for spending your Bezos bucks on me, Chromanos. Let's get some Loveburbs in chat for Chromanos, everybody. Yeah, we fight in the Ender Dragon. We're going to be dragging the dragon, I think. What's up, buddy? I'm just finishing this up. I'm trying to think of what number I want to put on this beer. One of the flavor profiles is delicate. I don't know. I don't know about that. All right, one more sip and I'll come up with my number. Okay. Objectively, as a sour beer, it's very good. I'm really torn. I think I'm gonna round up. Yeah, I'm gonna round up. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, here's what I have to say about my 600th beer review, the Duchesse Chocolate Cherry. My 600th beer. It's really a fantastic cherry beer, just the right amount of tart, great carbonation long after the pour, and a lingering sweet cherry. The chocolate's kind of lost on me, though. I can't really tell where it comes in. It's just faint at the end. And I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. And I said it was smooth, cherry, sour, and tart. So there we go. Let's check it in. I unlocked a badge of 350 beers with an ABV greater than 5. And 5 different beers from Belgium. There we go. And have a look at that, everybody. 600. If it'll focus, it can focus. Come on, autofocus is on. I don't know why it does this. If I hold it really close, will it do it? Is autofocus on? Autofocus might not be on, actually. Now that I've been trying that for so long. What the heck? Yeah, autofocus is on, but I'll just do this instead. Boom. 600 check-ins, 600 beers. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. All right. Look at us go. It's been a while. It's been quite a bit since our 500th. I feel like we fell a little behind there. Well, not behind. But yeah, it was tasty. It was a good celebratory beer. It was a special one from overseas. Always great to get some I almost said export beers, exotic beers, I don't know, European beers. But yeah, it was a good one. It was a good one. And on to more. I've got quite a few more in the stockpile still. So be sure to tune in next week and every Monday for another new beer review. On to 700. Actually, before we get to 700, the next big number to hit is 626. Because that's my birthday. That is my number. BlueMat626 is my username for most things other than that guy named Blue. So 6 to 6 is my number. And so we're going to try and do something special for beer 626 as well. Yeah, I doxed my birthday. Yeah, okay, Eric. Sure. Alrighty, but thank you everybody for joining me for this one and for all of the hundreds of other ones we've done on stream and all the other ones that I haven't done on stream too. Follow me on Untappd if you want to see all the other beers I have. And cheers to many more, everybody. Thank you very much.